Hey, Patriots fans! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way, you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. The arrival of Christian McCaffrey to the Patriots did not feel like a simple transaction whispered through back channels. It felt like a celebration carefully staged to send a message without officially saying anything at all. From a moment rumors began circulating about a private reception, fans and insiders alike started connecting dots, wondering why a player of his stature would be welcomed with such visible enthusiasm if this were just another routine move. The atmosphere described by those close to the situation sounded less like a quiet introduction and more like a symbolic coronation, the kind of moment teams reserve for players they believe can reshape identity. People talked about music, smiles, familiar faces, and an energy that suggested optimism rather than caution. In the speculative world of football chatter, that kind of reception rarely happens by accident. It feeds the narrative that the Patriots are signaling a shift, perhaps a return to a more dynamic offensive vision. McCaffrey's presence alone invites imagination. And when imagination meets celebration, stories grow. The rumor mill thrives on these moments because they hint at intent without confirmation. A festive arrival becomes a coded message to fans, rivals, and even the locker room, suggesting belief, ambition, and confidence. In that sense, the party itself becomes part of the story, an unofficial announcement that something different might be brewing in Foxborough, something bold, something designed to recapture attention and redefine expectations. Speculation deepens when people start analyzing why Christian McCaffrey, known for discipline and focus, would embrace such a high-energy welcome. Some whisper that it reflects how badly the Patriots wanted him, how much convincing may have happened behind closed doors, and how central he could be to future plans. When an organization historically known for restraint suddenly leans into spectacle, it invites interpretation. The narrative forming among fans suggests that this was less about celebration and more about reassurance, a way to tell McCaffrey that he is not just another piece, but potentially the centerpiece. Observers imagine conversations filled with promises of creative freedom, heavy usage, and a system built to highlight his versatility. None of this is confirmed, of course, but rumor lives in the space between what is seen and what is said. The festive arrival becomes evidence for theories that the Patriots are ready to evolve, to lean into a more explosive identity. McCaffrey's skill set fits that dream perfectly, and so the speculation grows legs. People begin to talk about how this move could change perceptions of the franchise, attracting attention and perhaps other talent. A party, in this sense, becomes a strategic gesture, feeding hope and curiosity while leaving just enough mystery to keep everyone talking. As the story spreads, the focus shifts from the event itself to what it represents culturally within the Patriots organization. Longtime followers know how rare it is to hear about celebrations attached to individual players, especially at the moment of arrival. That contrast fuels the rumor that something internal has changed, that voices within the building are pushing for a new tone. McCaffrey's reputation as a hard-working, team-first athlete makes the celebration even more intriguing because it suggests alignment rather than contradiction. People speculate that leadership sees him as a bridge between tradition and reinvention, someone who can embody discipline while inspiring creativity. The narrative emerging in fan circles frames this arrival as symbolic, almost cinematic, like the opening scene of a new chapter. Without official statements, every detail becomes magnified, from who attended to how relaxed McCaffrey appeared. These imagined details feed long discussions about locker room chemistry, offensive philosophy, and the psychological impact of feeling wanted. Rumor thrives on emotion, and emotion is exactly what this arrival seems to have stirred. It is less about the facts and more about the feeling that something significant is happening, even if no one is ready to say it out loud. Another layer of speculation revolves around timing and intent, even though no dates or formal milestones are discussed publicly. Fans wonder why now feels different, why the Patriots would choose this moment to make such a visible gesture. Some suggest it is a response to growing pressure, an acknowledgement that the fan base craves excitement and star power. Others believe it is a calculated move to reset narratives, shifting conversation away from uncertainty toward possibility. McCaffrey's name carries weight, and attaching that name to a celebratory arrival amplifies the effect. In rumor-driven spaces, this is interpreted as a statement of seriousness, as if the franchise is saying they are done with half measures. The arrival party becomes a symbol of intent, not proof, but suggestion. It encourages fans to imagine formations, mismatches, and highlight moments, even while reminding themselves that it is all speculative. That balance between hope and caution is where sports rumors live. The Patriots, intentionally or not, have fed that space by allowing the story to breathe without correction or clarification. The YouTube-style storytelling around this moment leans heavily into atmosphere, painting pictures with words and tone. Commentators describe the buzz, the smiles, the sense that cameras were not officially present, but eyes were everywhere. The idea that this was meant to be seen, even indirectly, is central to the rumor. McCaffrey arriving to a party suggests confidence on both sides, a mutual belief that this partnership matters. Fans listening to these narratives feel pulled into the moment, imagining what it must have felt like to walk into that room. Speculation turns personal as people project their own hopes onto the scene. Could this be the spark that re-energizes the Patriots brand? Could this be the move that signals a new era? These questions have no answers yet, but the rumor does not need answers to thrive. It only needs moments like this, moments that feel bigger than routine, moments that invite imagination and debate. Ultimately, the first whispers about Christian McCaffrey's celebratory arrival function as a storytelling catalyst. They give content creators and fans alike something to chew on, something to dissect from every angle. The Patriots, whether intentionally or not, have allowed a narrative to form that paints them as bold, welcoming, and ambitious. McCaffrey becomes more than a player in this story. He becomes a symbol of change, or at least the possibility of it. The party is remembered not for what was officially said, but for what it implied. In the world of sports speculation, implication is powerful. It keeps conversations alive, fuels hope, and sets the stage for whatever comes next. Even if nothing tangible has happened yet, the story has already done its job, reigniting attention and curiosity around a franchise eager to be talked about again. As the rumor continues to evolve, the second wave of speculation digs deeper into how Christian McCaffrey's presence might influence the inner dynamics of the Patriots locker room. Storytellers begin to imagine reactions from teammates, veterans, and newcomers alike, who witness such a celebratory welcome and immediately understand that this player is being positioned as special. In a league where perception often shapes reality, that kind of message can ripple through a team. Some fans speculate that it could inspire confidence, while others wonder if it creates pressure both on McCaffrey and on those around him. The tone of the arrival suggests belief, and belief can be contagious. Without any official confirmation, people start crafting narratives about leadership shifts, about how McCaffrey's work ethic and versatility might naturally command respect. The rumor paints him as someone who leads by example, making the celebration feel earned rather than forced. This imagined dynamic becomes part of the broader story, reinforcing the idea that the Patriots are not just adding talent, but redefining how they motivate and inspire. In YouTube commentary circles, this is framed as a subtle but meaningful cultural moment, one that could quietly influence how the team sees itself moving forward. Speculation also swirls around the offensive possibilities that fans dream up when they picture McCaffrey in a Patriots uniform. The celebratory arrival fuels fantasies of creativity, flexibility, and unpredictability. Commentators speak as if the playbook itself might be expanding, opening doors that previously felt closed. This is not based on confirmed plans, but on the emotional signal sent by the welcome itself. A party suggests excitement, and excitement suggests intent. Fans imagine coaches eager to experiment, to put the ball in McCaffrey's hands in unexpected ways. The rumor grows richer as people connect his skill set with a perceived hunger from the organization to surprise opponents. Even without concrete evidence, the story feels plausible because it aligns with desire. The Patriots want to be feared again, fans want to be entertained, and McCaffrey represents a bridge between those goals. The celebratory arrival becomes the opening argument in a larger speculative case about transformation, a narrative that thrives on potential rather than proof. Another angle that gains traction is how this moment might be perceived across the league. Rumor-driven commentary often imagines rival teams taking notice, reading between the lines of the celebration. In this version of the story, the Patriots are sending a quiet message that they are serious about competing at the highest level again. McCaffrey's arrival, framed as a festive event, is interpreted as confidence bordering on defiance. Fans speculate that agents and players elsewhere might view this as a sign that the Patriots are becoming a destination once more. The narrative grows beyond one player and one party, evolving into a broader statement about ambition. This kind of speculation is fueled by emotion and symbolism, not facts, but it resonates because sports are as much about belief as they are about performance. The Patriots, through this lens, are reclaiming narrative space, reminding everyone that they can still make noise, even without saying a word. The YouTuber-style narration leans into suspense, often pausing on small imagined details to build tension. A smile here, a handshake there, a room filled with energy. Each detail becomes a clue in the speculative puzzle. The celebratory arrival is dissected repeatedly, not because of what it confirms, but because of what it suggests. Fans listening to these stories feel like insiders, privy to hidden meanings. The rumor transforms into a shared experience, a collective act of imagination. McCaffrey is placed at the center of that imagination, not as a guaranteed solution, but as a symbol of hope. The Patriots, long associated with control and restraint, suddenly feel human and expressive in these narratives. That contrast keeps the story alive, encouraging fans to keep listening, keep debating, and keep dreaming. As the second part of the story unfolds, some voices introduce caution, even within speculation. They remind audiences that celebrations do not guarantee success, and that rumors can inflate expectations beyond reality. Yet, even this caution is framed dramatically, adding depth rather than dampening excitement. The idea is not to predict outcomes, but to explore possibilities. McCaffrey's arrival, wrapped in celebration, becomes a canvas onto which hopes and fears are projected. The Patriots are imagined as standing at a crossroads, with this moment representing a choice to embrace change. Whether that change is real or perceived almost does not matter in the rumor-driven ecosystem. What matters is that people are talking again, passionately and creatively. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In the end, the ongoing speculation about Christian McCaffrey's festive arrival to the Patriots serves as a reminder of how stories shape sports culture. A single event, described and reimagined through countless voices, becomes larger than itself. The party is no longer just a party. It is a symbol, a rumor, a spark. For fans and commentators, it offers endless material, a reason to believe that something exciting could be on the horizon. The Patriots, through silence and subtlety, allow that belief to grow. McCaffrey stands at the center of it all, not because of what he has done yet, but because of what people imagine he could do. In the world of sports storytelling, imagination is often the most powerful force of all. The rumor refuses to slow down, and with each retelling it gains new layers, new emotions, and new interpretations that keep the Patriots at the center of attention. People begin to speculate not only about what the celebration meant internally, but also about how carefully it may have been curated to leak just enough information without confirming anything officially. In this imagined scenario, Nothing is accidental, from who is seen nearby to the tone described by anonymous voices. Christian McCaffrey becomes the focal point of a story about intentional optimism, as if the franchise wanted to remind everyone that football is also about excitement, connection, and belief. The narrative suggests that this arrival party was meant to humanize the process, to show warmth in a world often dominated by cold transactions. Fans latch onto this idea because it feels refreshing, almost rebellious for a team known for emotional restraint. In YouTube-style commentary, this is framed as a quiet revolution, not loud enough to draw formal scrutiny, but visible enough to ignite conversation. The speculation grows that this warmth could translate into chemistry, into trust, into a locker room that feels unified around a shared sense of purpose. Whether true or not, the story resonates because it speaks to what fans want to feel, not just what they want to see on the field. Another popular angle within the rumor mill focuses on Christian McCaffrey himself, and how this moment might reflect his mindset at this stage of his career. Commentators speculate that a player with his resume would not be swayed by surface-level gestures unless they aligned with something deeper. The celebratory arrival is interpreted as mutual validation, a sign that both sides believe this partnership matters. In this narrative, McCaffrey is not chasing attention, but embracing an environment that shows commitment and respect. Fans imagine him walking into the building feeling energized, appreciated, and motivated to justify that faith. This speculation feeds into a larger story about legacy, about choosing a place where impact feels possible. The Patriots, through this lens, are offering not just a role, but a stage. The rumors suggest that McCaffrey's professionalism could elevate those around him, setting a tone that blends joy with accountability. Again, nothing is confirmed, but the story works because it aligns with how people perceive him. The celebration becomes symbolic of alignment, of shared ambition, and of a quiet understanding that something meaningful could grow from this partnership. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.